Hey everyone, this is Mike, and I'm here with Isaac,
Hello.
and we're here to talk about some video games. More specifically, we're here to talk about Palworld again. I know we've been talking about like Palworld a whole lot recently, but it's for good reason because there's a lot of news on this game.
It's your
Obviously,
favorite online game right now.
it is the big game right now. I mean,
It's starting to gain a lot of steam actually last time I saw the player count.
yeah, I mean the highest the player count hit with the whole 1.0 release was around it was like 900 like 900k 961,000 players, nearly a million. They managed to nearly crawl back their a half of the 50% of their initial player base from the early access release, which had like a high of around 2 million, which is insane for a new IP. But yeah, the game is still doing well. Even now on Steam, like right now, the game I believe is still pulling numbers right now. In fact, let me check right now. Oh, jeez. Ah, damn it. Sorry about that. But just hit that real quick. Steam charts. Yep, let me just say that right here. Powerful Steam charts. Yeah, right now it's still hitting like 35, like 35,000, 3,500,000.
3,500K.
Yeah,
Good.
24-hour peak.
That's healthy.
Yeah, very healthy. It's still doing well, good dipping here and there, but still very healthy numbers, especially for a game like this. And again, it's just a really fun survival game with a really, really good gameplay loop. And it's just really awesome.
Okay.
That being said, the big announcement that just came very recently is that they're working on another Palworld game, or rather that they've the team from Pocketpair actually put out a license for a new game called Palworld Online, and it's actually going to be an MMORPG, an MMO for the mobile platform. That being said, not to be confused with Palworld Mobile, which is a completely separate game, and that is actually being developed by Crafton, which is the same people who worked on Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. They are basically working on a Power. They're also their own mobile game, which is basically supposed to be a mobile recreation of Power that we know on the PC and the consoles. Completely separate game. It's going to have a a similar gameplay loop to Power on the PC and the mobile and the and the consoles. But Palworld Online is supposed to be a full blown MMO, and it's going to have the same kind of survival like gameplay that we know and love. But again, it's supposed to be a persistent online world where I guess you're going to be in a single server, and you're going to be interacting with hundreds of players all at the same time rather than just playing by yourself or playing on a dedicated server up to like I believe 32 players on a dedicated server. And yeah, it's going to be a very vastly different experience.
Wait, so Power on the PC is not an MMO?
No, it is a
So
survival.
it's a single player, but hey, you have a couple of friends that get involved to kind of situation.
Yeah, it's a single player game with optional multiplayer. You don't have to play online, but your experience is vastly improved if you do play online because again, it's a survival game, and survival games are best when you're playing online with your friends or with other people. So yeah, it's not an MMO, but this one is going to be. Which
Okay.
that being said, um, the issue that some people are having is with the developer called Garena. They're a Singapore-based developer, and they also published a few like mobile games like Free Fire, as well as Call. I believe they also developed Call of Duty Mobile. And yeah, this is a company that has not a very good reputation, especially when it comes to their players, because again, they're known for like ripping off a lot of like other popular games, which is kind of ironic considering the whole situation with Power World. But again, they have mismanaged a lot of things as a publisher with League of Legends. Again, the other game, Free Fire, again has a lot of cheaters and hackers, and just generally their games are just filled with like microtransactions, pay to win nonsense, and yeah, a lot of people are not happy with this developer, them picking this developer, Pocketpair. And that's where I have to basically, the whole point of me and him making this video is I feel like I did.
Well, you, because you played Palworld.
Yeah,
I'm just here for the ride.
I definitely would encourage you to give it a try though, because I know you're probably not into survival games, but it's definitely a fun experience, especially considering I finally managed to get a dedicated server going with my friends to play with, and we've just kind of been slowly going throughout the game, exploring the world together,
Cool.
building our bases, collecting pals and stuff like that. It's been a really relaxing experience, especially considering the games I've been playing, like Marvel Rivals. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I enjoyed Marvel Rivals, that game does get your blood boiling, and playing compared to playing Marvel Rivals, playing Palworld feels like a detox to me. So I kind of just like I've just been enjoying this like a lot more. But again, going back to Palworld, these mobile games, again, obviously a lot of people have issues with like mobile games in general, and so for these new releases being two mobile games, Power World Mobile and Power World Online, being like the next two games that are coming up, because I don't know when Power Farm is coming out, because that was the other game they announced, and that's basically going to be a game that appeals to Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley fans. That's a completely different demographic. But like Power World Mobile and Power World Online is supposed to cater to those who generally like Power World. But again, we really are just it's an issue of again the mobile, the mobile brand may end up being like selling Pocket Pair's, goodwill right now, because a lot of people know Pocket Pair as these cool indie developers that are very chill. They're very fair with their whole like, monetization, considering the game was only $30 at release, was also discounted to like $20, or I believe $25 at release, and they put the game on discount before it went on early, before the 1.0 update launched. They also stated that even though we could have raised the price, we decided as a sign of goodwill, we're just going to keep the price at $30, which is awesome, obviously, because the game is obviously has a lot of content, a lot of bang for your buck, and it's just like for them not to raise the price. They easily could have just raised the price, but they didn't. And so now that you're, partnering with Crafton that's making, Power World Mobile, and you're partnering with Garena that's making Power World Online, both mobile games that could potentially have a lot of, microtransactions and stuff like that. It's worrying. It's basically what I'm trying. It's very worrying because, like, yeah.
Well, I guess. Um, so, how long has this been in development?
I'm not too sure.
About the question. It seems like this is a brand new announcement they just made, and it seems like one of the company, and it seems like Power World decided to say, "Hey, we wanted to expand. You want to expand the franchise and hop on to more mobile." Which kind of funny that you have like what two separate different projects that are happening. They're also going to be mobile, but for two different reasons and for two completely different demographics. And are they coming out simultaneously?
I don't think so. I don't know when they're both releasing.
Because I feel like that's a lot of confusion.
All I do know is that apparently Power World Online is supposed to going to release before the year ends.
Okay,
that's all I know. Power World Mobile has also been in development for a while, and there is some gameplay of it, and it looks very, very similar to the gameplay of like regular Palworld on PC and console.
I just
But
don't want. Why don't they just simply take Power PC and put it online? I don't know why the mobile version is going to completely have a different style of gaming altogether. To me, it just feels
um,
a little bit of a, a little bit of confusion. Like you won't like, hey, any progress that you're making on PC, you won't be able to bring on mobile. Like it's a completely different experience.
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's certainly possible because because I know with Unreal Engine 5, you can port it to mobile and just have
Yeah,
like
I
a
just,
cross-play version. It's
yeah,
not like
it doesn't understand why they're doing it this way.
I'm not exactly sure why they're doing it like this, but I do think one reason is obviously because like controlling a mobile game is completely different from controlling like on console or PC like that with the whole touchscreen stuff like that. And I'm guessing I feel like obviously like mobile players might have a disadvantage if you're playing multiplayer and you're playing against people in like with a controller or a mouse and keyboard, and I feel like it might be a little bit of a disadvantage, or is it just the other reasons why they're making it a completely separate game. But other than that, I just do know that again, it's a completely separate development team working on this,
Hmm.
regardless of like what Pocketpair is doing. And again, it just again, I'm not exactly sure, but again, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm still sure it's going to be fun, and I don't think there's going to be any issue with them finding like anyone to play any players. Obviously, it's on the mobile platform. Everybody's got a smartphone, and this doesn't look like a game that's super demanding. I mean, so overall, I'm just looking forward to it. But again, the biggest issue obviously is going to be stuff like microtransactions, pay to win and stuff like that. So that, again, that's the only thing that I'm really like worried about. But regardless, it just could be like the biggest, like the best thing that Pocket Pair has done, or this could be their biggest mistake, basically.
Again, and again, Palworld is its own company. I know it's partnered with Sony,
Yeah, Sony Japan
Sony Japan, but
music.
I listen again. If they feel like this is going to be their next step, and um, hopefully they've done enough of their research, and
hmm
hopefully, like you said, for an independent company to hopefully listen to enough of their fan base to know about the bigger concerns about joining with this particular company, like you said, that has had multiple issues, but maybe it just simply comes down to they maybe were the more affordable choice at the moment, and they figured, hey, if we want to be able to kind of push these ideas, maybe we'll sit down and enjoy them at the moment. However, we should still now it still believes that they probably still have the final say in at what is handled within the game. Correct, like in terms of like microtransactions
Um,
or the complete economy of the game setup. Do they have? I'm pretty sure Power will have the final say of what they want to do on how they want to be able to approach that.
I'm not exactly sure. All I know is that they gave them a license to develop the game.
Mm,
I do know that it's going to have a new story, a unique story and
okay.
unique lore compared to the console and PC
Mm-hmm.
version. And again, it's saying that again, in fact, this in this article says, for instance, the press release states that Palworld Online reimagines the depth, freedom, and scale of the original PC survival creature collecting title for mobile. And obviously, he says like it's not a direct mobile port, and he says that it's focused on preserving the immersion and freedom that define Palworld while optimizing the game for mobile play. Yeah,
Okay. And based on what's everybody's feeling on that? Actually, in the conversations right now, what's the conversations
again,
looking
like
like
one
there?
person saying like MMO sounds pretty good, but oh god, it's a mobile game. I'm not saying no just yet, but traditionally mobile MMOs tend to not be great.
Hmm.
Like oh my god, like it's an MMO could be great, but for Android and iOS, never mind. Gotcha time, like again. stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah.
Yeah. Again, maybe they see with everything that's going on, especially with their litigation with Nintendo. Hey, they figure like, hey, this game is doing really good,
Mm-hmm.
and because there's another big concern about what's happened right now. Um, by jumping into this feels a little early. Like this game's only been out for what, a year or two right now.
Well, it's been development for
Well, but in terms of being released right now, it's been 2 years, right? I could say what,
yeah,
two or 3 years.
it's been in development for 2 years. Yes.
Not development in terms of launch. The game's playable has been what, 2 years of play.
Well, yeah, it's been early. It was in early access for 2 years, and
How long is the game out?
what?
Palworld. How long? Yes,
it's been
Palworld
out
itself.
for
Because
like,
what I'm trying to say is, there's a danger of them expanding themselves a little too early when the game hasn't really got its sea legs yet. Right now, it's doing very well. I mean, like you said, you just showed me those numbers.
Mhm.
However, there is a danger of trying to expand yourself too quickly when you haven't really established yourself at the moment. So you pushing yourself in. So what I'm trying to say is, maybe even going mobile may be too early. Like as long as the two projects that you're having at the moment.
I mean,
is what I'm trying to.
okay, I guess.
justify.
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Well, to that, and I wouldn't say they're expanding too quickly. I would say because again, the game was in early access for 2 years, so
We're
it's
talking
not
about
like
the mobile version.
no. I'm talking about
your PC.
the Palworld game in general because like as a brand, the game has been. The brand has been around for 2 years. Like obviously, like when the game blew up, it's turned into a brand, but it's been out there, so it's not like it's something that I think they're rushing into. In fact, I feel like to keep
So how long have everybody been playing this game?
for again for the PC version,
Yes.
the console version for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I understand that this game has been developed for a long time, but as of now, it's 2 years. So for what I'm trying to say, within these 2 years, it might feel a little bit of a jump to expand to mobile as quickly. Like, I figured, again, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Again, with Palworld, again, maybe 2 years is good, and maybe you want to jump into a mobile game. It's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is maybe you want to focus on Palworld for maybe a year, like maybe
Like another year or something.
Yeah, another year to really kind of get established, to really kind of build a fan base, and then instead of maybe spreading yourself a little bit too big into this mobile section, because like what you're saying right now, maybe this feels like maybe they're making a haste decision by joining with a company that nobody seems to like in the mobile sector. And you talk about having good reputation. Well, you can kill that reputation pretty quick for a game that's kind of in its infancy by doing something like this. If from what you're telling me about the microtransactions, about the cheating, about the issues that happen, you can kill that goodwill very quickly by expanding. That's why I'm saying it behooves Palworld to wait a little bit and establish themselves a little bit more before heading into other devices and platforms and other things.
Okay, yeah, I get you. Well, I mean, the way I see it, like, I don't think they have to worry about like getting fans. This game has plenty of fans, more fans than you could ever imagine. I think that's already been settled.
It's not about the fans. It's about not alienating the fans that you established.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying because you just earlier you said that like you should try to build up a fan base. They have the fan base. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, but other than that, I
don't think you do. But continue.
But yeah, but again, I know what you're trying to say, but it's just that like that they're rushing. Maybe like again, don't try to make another game and you just try to focus on building this. But again, the game's reputation has already been built 2 years ago when the game was released in early access, and 2 years is a pretty long time. Again, that being said, I do think that it could be worrisome if these two Power World mobile games aren't fun to play, or they're just
Yeah.
filled with microtransactions and stuff like that. Yeah, I do get that it could kill the game's
Gains momentum that
momentum
they're
like
having
that.
after the last 2 years. Yeah.
But yeah, I get you. But on the other hand, though, again, a lot of people kind of also just kind of ignore mobile games as well. Like there are
Agreed.
plenty of
Yes.
people
Of course.
that
Yeah.
just won't play mobile games out of principle,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously a lot of popular games also have mobile ports, and that doesn't really kill the brand
Agree.
for those kinds of
Agree.
games. Like
Yeah.
example
Mm-hmm.
being Monster Hunter. It has like it's had several like a handful of mobile games, and even more recently with with Monster Hunter Wild and stuff like that, and the reputation it has. There's also a mobile game called Monster Hunter Outlanders, I believe that's called, and that's supposed to be a mobile game, and it's actually going to be a survival version of Monster Hunter, and it actually looks pretty good for a mobile game. Again, but then again, it's just like issue really just comes down to monetization, because mobile games are just notoriously for being filled with cash shops and pay to win and all that crap, and that's the real worry I have. And that same could be said here.
Yeah. Again, which kind of goes back to my initial thought. Again, like you said, if it does work out, then it's just a nice little addition to whatever Power World has built up on the PC side. And if it doesn't work out, people just sit down and complain and they'll just continue to play the PC. So it might help them more at the end than hurt. Like you said, as long as you have the established fan base, because it seems like, again, the fan base, from what I'm reading right now, is a little concerned of who you're working with right now. So, but so maybe there is an interest to see what they do on the mobile side of things too. And if they don't like it, you just go back to Power World and call it a day. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
So,
it all comes down to how badly they botched it. And really with the formula that they've been given, it's really hard to screw up something like this. But who knows? I've seen
life finds a way.
Yeah, exactly. Basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's basically all we want to talk about regarding Power World. Are you interested in Power World Online, or are you interested in Power World Mobile? Are you not interested in any Power World mobile games at all? You're just going to stick to playing the PC console game, or do you just not care about Power World in general? Let us know. And if you like what we do here, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mike with Isaac, and we are saying peace.